starring me, your host Chastity Thomas, and my co-host.
JD, I'm here once again. We in the building. What's happening?
And today's topic is actually, I think, a special topic. It's relevant. We're going to talk about the youth, mainly. Do you feel like absent fathers is the reason for all the violence going on? We've been having a lot of shootouts at gas stations between the ages of 12 years old to 18, 17. It's getting younger and younger. Yeah. So our guest today, Tim Campbell, is going to help us reflect on some of that and talk about some of that, and hopefully we can try to find a resolution one day. And I'm going to let Tim take it away.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thanks you all for having me. We need more platforms like this to have more of these conversations, because conversations is the solution. People be thinking, oh, I'm going to go out and hand and foot something. That may help, but solutions in conversation. So I appreciate y'all having this dialogue.
Absolutely. We glad to have you. First and foremost, how did you, because I know you got a film, right?
Yeah.
I know you got a film. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Okay, cool. So I have a documentary called The Roads That Grew From Concrete. It's a PBS documentary. And yep. So it's basically about my upbringings, and a few other people that are in the documentary as well. But essentially my pieces, how I was raised up, raised up on Wolf Street, went to Central High School, and Wolf Street being one of the most considered by MSB is like the most dangerous street alone in all Southern America in the 90s. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I gotta watch the film.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Wolf and Battery, boy.
Yeah, Wolf and Battery, White Avenue. Like, that was a no-go, no green light zone over there. So, being raised up in that environment and being able to, thrive in today's society, with a good mental brain, and calm spirit and everything. So, everybody go and check it out. You can find it on PBS, the actual PBS website. It actually viewed all across the nation. PBS Cali, PBS New York, PBS, I think it was in London. So it's everywhere. Wow. It came out and it filmed everywhere.
Okay.
So
when did it come out?
It came out April 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still fresh. Look, I've watched it like 16 times. But,
yeah, I know you watched it a lot.
It's different seeing yourself on TV,
It is.
Just actually being able to accept your truths while you're talking about it. It's one thing to just keep it real, but can you watch yourself keep it real in front of a lot of people? So, but definitely go check that out.
What was the title again?
The Roads That Grew From Concrete.
I liked it. Okay. So, do you feel like having absent parents or absent father, do you feel like that does reflect, on young youth, boys and girls? I'm not gonna just say boys, because it's a lot of them shooting up, shooting up stuff. Yeah. But I mean, do you think it reflects on both? Like, I mean, how did did you have to deal with some of that growing up?
So my story is different, because instead of not being raised with a father, I was raised without my mother.
Okay.
Right. So my mother was OG Lady Loke, and she was in Crip, and my biological father was also OG Crip. Okay. So my grandma took me in, right, and then I had a counselor. His name was Louis Jenkins, which I refer to my dad today. Right. And ironically, this dude stayed on Wolf Street.
Wow.
So.
Somebody else good coming from.
Right. So he actually raised me, right? And my mom, unfortunately, I see her in jail, see her in the streets, or however I seen her. And we really didn't grow that bond as mother and son until like I was 17, 16. Wow. Right, so being raised without a mother as a young black male is different. Yeah. I'm living with this man. We're in a man cave, so to speak. We may speak once a day. Right.
Yeah.
Come in there.
No kind of nurturing, nothing.
He come in there. All he gonna say, "You hungry?" Right. And that's it. And he go, you know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. it's interesting because all my other homies on the block on Wolf, they didn't have fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm happy to just to have a father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's a crazy dynamic, you know?
It is. I thought about it being on both sides because I was like, you know, it could be, you know, the mom not being there. It's, I mean, it's like that too. You can't, you know, single out mothers. I mean, I love us to
they
death.
have challenges too.
Yeah,
they have
we
challenges,
have challenges too. So yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it was like, and so my dad had a girlfriend. I talk about this documentary. He had a girlfriend named Veronica, which I would call my mom.
Yeah.
And grew attached to her. She took
Yeah.
care of me. Unfortunately, I lost her in the 8th grade to cancer, breast cancer.
wow.
But my mom, when I was little, used to come over and fight my stepmom, right?
Oh.
So like we'd be going to church, she'd pull up like, where y'all going? Like, you know, because she felt like, well, this is Wolf, this is my block. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, don't nothing happen over here unless I allow it. And this one thing ain't gonna go for it. Like,
Right.
you know how mothers are about their baby
I ain't
boys
gonna lie, I'm
now.
the same way.
Like another woman, you know, coming in,
I'm the
nurturing
same
your
way.
son,
They
taking him, giving him baths, she's
I'm
calling
the
her
same.
mom, so she ain't like that. So, interesting enough, you know, they were best friends and they had their own traumatic story or whatever.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
but yeah, just growing up in a neighborhood, you know, but my mom was there.
Yeah.
I could see her in the neighborhood, but I couldn't see her in the household, right?
Right.
So I think it changed the way I view women. And it also made me distant from men. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, she's in this state because of men. Like
Right.
the men have done her wrong.
Right.
The men that have, you know, beat her up or,
Right.
you know, mom was stabbed. Like all the things she happened to her, I'm like, oh, fuck niggas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like they ain't no good. But also like she not here.
Yeah.
So on the emotional part, I'm distant from the women as well, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think like not having that one partner, they be like, oh well, daddy issues. You know,
Yeah.
daddy issues could
That's
be
what
daddy
automatic-
issues and mommy issues at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you got a dad that's not there, that's also going to affect and put more baggage on your mom and what
Right.
you expect from her.
Right.
If she don't meet that, now you like, oh, I got mommy issues too now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think the dynamic now is, you know, we got a step parent that we're not admitting as a step parent, and that's social
Yeah.
media.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's the new step parent, the
Yeah.
TikToks. Like, you spend more time watching
Doing this
videos
stuff, yeah.
than you
Social
do listening
media.
to your own parents sometimes, you know. So, and I know for us, I was born in '92, so I was still on the Game Boy. I was still, you know, elementary elements of social media, you know.
Yeah.
But you can play the Game Boy all night. You can play
Right.
the PS1 all
All night
night.
long.
You know, they heard that game come on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but now, like my little sister, they on them things 1 o'clock in the morning. What you doing? I'm on Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wow. So this is another
Yeah.
element of raising them. It's a machine.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how can you really? It's hard to do data and do statistical numbers on how they're being raised now
Right.
when you got this parent here
Right.
that's like a machine and it's teaching them. You know,
Right.
TikTok can show you how to be a mother in a minute.
I'm telling
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
TikTok can show you how to, you know, change Pampers in 2 minutes, or YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
You
It's
can learn
another
anything on
babysitter.
YouTube. Like these kids, I be going. I'm a motivational speaker, so I was bouncing around with different graduations in May. So I did 7 graduations,
Oh.
Right.
and it was really dope, right? And I'm asking the kids, especially the 5th graders, what y'all want to be when y'all grow up. Most of the young black women were saying, I want to do hair, lashes, nails.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Most of the young black men were saying, I want to be in entertainment, or I want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, this is new.
The
You know what I'm
new-
saying?
the new
Like,
new.
they ain't said nothing about college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They ain't thought
they
about
ain't thought
college.
about
And I'm not mad about it because I know 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds are making good
Millions of
money
dollars.
off
Yeah,
YouTube,
for sure, yeah.
off TikTok. So
Yeah.
they
But
think
everybody don't hit though. either.
everybody don't hit.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing that
and
people
the
don't know.
market for social media is becoming more saturated, more,
Right.
you know, so. But yeah, that definitely like that parental, you know.
It definitely influences.
It's influencing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
definitely, especially when you see kids on there showing toys, making such and such millions of dollars and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to get on there, you want to do the same thing. My son said he was like, I want to build Legos. I want to have a Lego challenge because he see these kids on here. So you're right. I mean, it's very influential. So
Yeah.
I definitely get that. I definitely understand that. I wanted to talk about that. You already talked about the women side. I want to talk about the youth now.
Okay.
Them, like, do you feel like it is the absent parents, the reason they, you know, out and about, and I guess find, you know, the friendships on the street and the groups that they hang with, and I mean, I know.
So now we're talking about high risk kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out like where is this coming from? They just, I mean, they angry and they just don't care who's around, kids, anything. They just shooting up everything. Like the video I just saw with the young kids, the young dudes. I think they was like 17, 15, 16 years old shooting up a gas station. That was crazy. Did you see that video?
I seen the after effect. The guy laying on the ground.
Yeah, I think limping to the car. I was like, dang, somebody got hit. But it was like a whole shootout at the gas station. You could tell everybody was young. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is it stemming from? Like, what is going on?
Well, see, I think, you know, and I say this all the time. Like, when I was in the 4th grade or 3rd grade, we had career day. And we were, you know, asking the kids, like, what you want to be when you grow up and things like that. So... when I got up there and, you know, I was just, I told them what I wanted to be.
Right.
And then I said I wanted to be a Crip. The whole, like, it was firefighters there.
You did not say
policemen. It's on the documentary. It's documented.
I gotta
like,
watch this film.
You gotta watch it. I'm telling the truth. And I'm like, I want to be a Crip. I want to be a gang member. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what you knew, though.
this arm just reached me off the stage and just, you know what I'm saying? All right.
The Sandman.
Yeah, the Sandman pretty much. So, I was just explaining what I seen a reflection in my daily life. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, Crips were heroes.
Right.
To you, it probably was a villain.
Right.
But how can I see my mom and my dad and these people that I love as a bad person, right? And even if I did, it's hard as a 3rd grader to figure that out. You